Yeah, you good? Okay.
What kind of scrimmage did you hold today? The other day was a situation.
Yeah.
Today a full.
Today was a full scrimmage. Open field. It hit all the field zones and just kind of played it out. If they got a 3 and out, they're off the field. So we tried to make it, a realistic scrimmage, kind of like a game in that aspect, and did all the kicking situations. Everything, we got multiple reps and everything. Kickoff coverage, return, punt return. We did tight punt. We worked some special situations at the end of the game. For example, you hit a big play and down to the 10 and there's 2 seconds on the clock. You got no timeouts, and you better have a play. You better be ready. And the same thing. There's 3 or more. Working the clock procedure. We worked sudden change, end of the game, tie game. Defense gets a pick, gets tackled on the 10. We try to center the ball, game-winning field goal. Just a lot of operational stuff that we needed to go through today as a coaching staff. We had all the headsets and all that stuff, so just a lot of procedures that we needed to work through there. And then we did overtime today. Two teams, put 2 teams on each sideline, captains, the whole overtime procedure. Did a couple of 2-minute situations. One a touchdown to win it, another one a field goal to win it, and then so just a lot of that. We did I mixed it up too a little bit more. I went so 1s on 2s and 2s on 1s. Kind of mixed it up that way a little more today, really to challenge the second group, in that we don't sub people when you sub. You got to go in and you got to perform at the same standard as the guy in front of you, if there's a guy in front of you. And so there'll be a lot of good thing on tape. But the first group on both sides had a really good day. The attack didn't give up they didn't give up a touchdown, and the Orange, our first offense, I think they scored every time. So there was just a lot of guys on our second group that I think can grow a lot from this scrimmage. And
talking to Coach Elliott and again with that today's MO, how's the tempo factor in? Is it getting better?
Tempo's been really good. Tempo's been really good for us. Really all camp. We've had a couple of days. Probably the biggest thing, disappointment-wise, was our 2 minutes. A couple of wideouts, 25, 24, 23, clock's ticking, and we're just kind of fixing our jersey and just, lollygagging around. We didn't have quite the urgency that we need. Same thing on defense. Had some guys, they don't have to wait on you to line up. They don't sub, they can snap the ball. So just a little improvement that we need from a awareness situation in 2 minutes. So other thing we did work on today, we worked on our coming out off the 1. So worked on that and then tight punt situation, punting off the back line.
Quarterback's a little more accurate today.
Yeah, I thought the quarterbacks had another good day. It was I felt bad for Chase on a couple of situations. Just he probably didn't have his best day, but that's the world we live in. Everybody's booing the quarterback when he walks off the field, but heck, you got a guy who missed assignment up front and gets hit, and then you got a receiver runs the wrong route, so you throw an interception. You throw the ball right where it's supposed to be. The receiver runs the wrong route. It's an interception. Everybody's booing the quarterback. So I felt a little bad for him today, and then he made a great 3rd down throw that was dropped. So it was just kind of that type of day for Chase. But I thought Kelly probably had his best day. He had a great day. Multiple touchdown throws. a really, really good day. And Trevor had a good day. Missed a few things, but it's pretty solid all day. I thought he executed the 2 minute very well.
Are you comfortable with the installation at this point?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a lot in. That's one of the things I tell our guys is like, for example, it was a young receiver that ran the wrong route, and which led to a pick 6. But right now we got this in. We're not going to play Furman with that. We're ready we prepare for the season as you go through. And same thing defensively, offensively. I mean, we put a lot in. But I love where we are installation-wise. We'll still sprinkle a few little things, but come Tuesday, we're going to turn the page, and we'll really be all firm and prep from that standpoint. We'll still have some good on good, but to stay sharp, the speed of the game. But we'll turn the page to all opponent prep, and so now your game plan, gets locked in because everything that you have doesn't apply from week to week, based on who you're playing, what their personnel is, what's their scheme, what type of front do they play, what's their coverage, so then you take all your installation, you craft a game plan for that week. But I think what we've been able to expose them to has been very good, and what they've been able to absorb. That's what I've probably been most impressed with. I mean, I've got a lot of veterans guys back, so obviously we're at a pretty high level with those guys. They played a lot of ball. But even the young guys, I think, have held their own, and but they're all kind of punch drunk right now a little bit. I mean, we're starting our third week. Yesterday was the culmination of 2 weeks of camp. Every day, meetings, practice, meetings. I mean, it's just every day. So this is literally the start of the third week today, because we started 2 weeks ago on Wednesday. So they're just kind of there's a lot going on, and so I think tomorrow's going to be awesome. I think we came through today healthy, but tomorrow will be. We got meetings today or tonight. They'll get a little break, come back for dinner. We'll have a couple hours of meetings tonight to really go through and clean up the tape, and then back over here in the morning, team meeting, special teams, segment meetings, and then tomorrow we're going to have more of a mental practice, kind of slow it down, and no physical, like no pads or anything like that. And then we're going to give them off Saturday and Sunday. So first time in the history of my 29 years of college football that I'll be twiddling my thumbs on Saturday and Sunday. So, but I think it's great. They changed the practices from 29 to 25, and the way we did our schedule, I could have waited and brought them in later and all that, but the way we did our schedule was, and meeting with our guys was, hey, we've been going 17 straight days. Let's go and let's grind, and we're going to take Saturday and Sunday. I think when we get back in here Monday morning, these guys are going to be bouncing, light on their feet a little bit. So good opportunity for them to recover mentally and physically, and get back after it with a strong finish Monday, Tuesday, and then the first day of class is Wednesday. They start school, and we'll have a good practice Thursday in the Beanie Bowl next Friday, and get into game week.
Is 3 scrimmages in the last 4 practices that a little unusual for you?
Not really. I mean, you might have maybe by a day, but that's kind of how we laid it out, and I think our guys managed it well, and they were set out to. It's all about plays, and today was by far the least amount of plays. I think we had 116 play scrimmage, and then it went to like 100, and today was probably 80-something like that.
What can you learn about guys in these scrimmages that are close to game-like situations, and are there any guys in particular that you thought impressed today?
Yeah, I mean, you learn a lot. I mean, we had a corner today give up a 70-yard touchdown pass because he didn't know the call. How do you not know the call? Well, if you don't know the call, do cartwheels, do something to make sure you get the call. Call timeout and let Coach Swinney yell at you, whatever. Or back your butt up and get yelled at for giving up a hitch if you're supposed to be in cover 2. But don't play cover 2 not knowing the call and you throw up a 70-yard touchdown pass. So, just some awareness. That's just some awareness stuff. Or walk on the field and not know a 2-minute situation. Do they need a field goal or a touchdown? Just some awareness things that come up when you're playing, and instead of practicing, that you get the real opportunity to coach. So, and that's all of us. I mean, I thought as coaches today we were pretty dang average. I thought our communication stunk. The first day with the headsets, I thought we as a staff did a poor job. We weren't near as precise as we need to be. But again, that's why you do it. That's why you practice, and so we'll clean that up. So it's the same thing for everybody. But we'll get better.
Dabo, your tight ends, Garrett's back.
Yeah.
You've got J.C. Chalk in there, and you've added Brady Galloway. Talk about that position, and are you able to do like you have in the past stretch the field with one of those guys?
Yeah. JC had a big catch on third down today. It's good to see that. Milan's kind of like Kelly. You know, he's kind of like Kelly Bryant. Last year, a first-year starter, and, you know, he's at a whole nother level than where he was last year in every area. He's more mature, the game slowed down, more savviness, more swag. Everything just looks better. He's not breathing as hard, and that just comes with experience. And so he's in a much better place. And then Garrett's been great since spring. He's been awesome. He really has. He's done a great job for us. He'll have a big role for us. He's really improved catching the ball. Brady Galloway is different. He's going to be a really good player. I love the potential of Braden Galloway. There's a lot going on for him right now, but just purely running and route running and ability to catch the ball and all that, he's going to be a fun guy to coach. And he's got a lot of want to. You know, he's not afraid. He's got some toughness, but you know, still he's not ready to go in there and execute like we need him to. But there's some things that he can do, and I think he's just going to get better and better. And then Cannon's had a really solid camp. I mean, he's had a solid camp for us, and he should. Senior guy, knows what he's doing. A different type of guy than some of those other guys.
You mentioned the twos. Running a lot of twos versus ones, and some of your ones are returning guys with the experience and the value there. Any of the twos that kind of jumped out at you today in terms of kind of where they are compared to the ones?
I probably have a better answer for you once I watch it on tape, but on the hoof, no. I thought the first group defense dominated the day, and I thought the first group offense dominated the day. I mean, it really, you know, so as a group, I mean, I'm sure when I watch the tape, there's going to be a few guys where I'm going to be like, man, hey, get pretty good, you know, because at the end of the day, you can only do your job and do it well, and we have to grade them on their individual merit, but it takes 11 guys in football to get the job done. So that's what we're held accountable for, is ultimately is what we get done as a group when we're on the field. So, but I'm sure when I watch it, there'll be a few guys that jump out at you.
How do you feel injury-wise heading into the weekend with Skalski?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, Travion, I think he says will be back rolling Monday. Same thing with Skalski. I think he's going green tomorrow, actually. But we won't be in pads tomorrow. But I think they're going to put him out there Monday, I believe is where he is. And I think Jurgen, I think all that came back good. I think he's progressing, just taking it slow with him still. He's not in great football shape. You know, guy hadn't played football in quite a while. And then about 2 days in, you know, he gets a stinger. So he's a little behind from that standpoint, but he's progressing. And then who else you asked about?
Goodrich, is he still on green?
Mario's good. He practiced, did everything, and he actually got in a few snaps the other day. We went green the day before, and he didn't play a lot, but he got in some snaps. But today he got in there a good bit, so he's back rolling. But yeah, I mean, we're actually, knock on wood, we're actually in pretty good shape right now. You know, and especially coming off of 3 tough scrimmages and some good physical work. I think the team's in a good spot. I really do. So hopefully by Monday that injury report will be as clean as it's been since we started. And doesn't mean something can't happen, because, you know, we still do good on good fastball stuff, but our scrimmage work is pretty much done as far as just live scrimmage work. We will do the Beanie Bowl next Friday, but we'll keep that full speed, but we'll keep it thud. But, you know, anything can happen anytime, but hopefully the high-risk type stuff is behind us.
At defensive end, you've got a number of young, good guys behind.
Yep.
How would you kind of assess where the 2s and 3s are, or those guys?
Yeah, that's they're all battling. You know, I mean, we feel really good about Foster. I think he's really had a good camp. Register they're very confident in Register. He knows what he's doing. He's going to be where he's supposed to be. He's a veteran guy. He knows his role. And then you got those guys behind him. You know, Logan he's just a ball of butcher knives, man. He just flies all over the place. He's not always where he's supposed to be, but something's getting hit and smashed. So you just love his demeanor and temperament. The guy just loves to play football. Still got a lot to learn. And then KJ and Xavier are exactly what y'all think they are. They're just tremendous young talent. They don't always go the same way either. But it's just a lot to learn, especially at the end. There's just so much to learn there, especially when you're playing today's offenses. And we ask them to do a lot of things as far as how they play the run, how they box the run, do they spell it, do they drop. And there's just a lot going on, especially when you see offenses that are, hiding the ball a lot. So with the play actions and the RPOs, the zone read stuff, the quick pitches, the speed motions, there's just, all of a sudden you can take a really, really talented player and, he can be like that in a heartbeat. And so those guys, I think, have had a good camp. I think the biggest thing with KJ is he's just gotten bigger and stronger. And then, Xavier, he's a blur. He's like I said, he's not always going the right way, but wow, is he going in a hurry wherever he's going. And this guy has got such a bright future. So I love those two guys, and they're just going to get better. And then Maskell, man, we knocked it out of the park with that guy. Really talented player. So I'm excited about him. And because we've had all that, we're like, okay, well, who can we put inside at 3 technique? And so we moved Xavier inside, who's 270 and strong as an ox, and he's done a really good job. I'm very encouraged by working him in there, just trying to get our bodies, utilize our bodies the best possible way. And
Who's been the surprise out of the young guys, out of the freshmen?
the surprise, to me, probably Maskell, just because he just got here. And, I just didn't know how he'd take to it right out of the gate. And so, behind all those guys. And but he's not ready to play. But